Hello everyone, welcome back to another lecture series on artificial intelligence. So today we will be coming ahead, a step ahead towards artificial neural network, right? We have come a long way discussing statistical machine learning models, which were based on complete maths. But the way we were doing dot product and then applying a function, right? Same thing can be done using artificial neural network in much better way. So first of all, we come to know that why do we need artificial neural networks and basics of neural network. Like what is it, right? So you must have seen this kind of images like input layer, and then we have hidden layers, and then the output layers. So what does it do? Basically, it does nothing, but it computes the permutations. Basically, if you have this one as one of the dot, right, and you want to multiply this dot with all of these dots in the next layer, and further this dot with all these layers in the next, all these dots in the next layer. So there has to be a way, and that way is given by artificial neural network. So there are a lot of millions of computations actually. The dot product we used to do here, and we have been doing, right? I'll show you. Like we did np dot with the parameters and the features, and then we fed it to a function like sigmoid function in case of logistic regression. There is some difference here, like the dot product is found out using these both. So if you think of this as a matrix, right, matrix, and this one as a matrix, this is nothing but a dot product, right? So you are multiplying this with all of this, then this with all of this with all of this, and same thing we used to do in case of dot product, if you can remember, if you can recall that, right? So that is what is being done here, and we use some of the function like activation functions to feed, as we did in case of logistic regression. So we have this input signal, and then artificial neural network is here. So we feed our input signal to artificial neural network, and these neural network consists of what? Weights and biases. So once we feed our input, it calculates, it computes, and then we have this error value, and we match it with target. And if there is some error, then we go back and adjust our weights, and then again we feed, and we do this in a repetitive number. That is what the artificial neural network is, right? So it's nothing but a way of multiplication. So why do we need it? So once we see, we had dealt with which kind of data set, that were a structured data, right? What is this structured data? So this is unused, usually text only, easy to search databases. These are like relational databases, data warehouses, right? So these are structured data set in which there is no hypothesis involved, and there is no problem. You can read it well, right? But when you go on to images, right, texts, then sounds, videos, these are unstructured data set. There is no predefined data model for that, right? So what we do is, you can see other resides in application, then NoSQL databases, right? Word processing, presentation softwares. So these are the examples, like phone numbers are the structured data set, and the text, report, audio, video, these are unstructured data set. So if you see this image, so in this unstructured data set, we have pixels, right? So these are the pixels here, and these pixels can be considered as features. Now what about, you have other, these are the features like these pixels, and you have certain parameters which you want to multiply. So there are millions of features, and then if you multiply it one feature with thousands of parameters. Similarly, you have millions of features and you have to multiply with thousands of parameters. What would happen? That would have millions and billions of calculation, and that cannot be taken care simply by dot product as the matrix multiplication we saw. We need to have certain specialized kind of tools, and that tool is nothing but artificial neural network, right? So artificial neural network consists of various parameters, various basics. So these are neurons, then we have weights, and then biases, we have activation functions, we have neural networks, we have forward pass, backward pass, cost, and gradient. These all things were there in other networks also, logistic regression also. So those were just a regression kind of thing. Here we are coming into making a network so that we could have millions and billions of calculation, and that would perform in much better manner, right? So let's go ahead, guys. So neurons, what is neurons? You have your mind, right? And mind consists of millions of neurons, and neurons have nothing but nucleus in which calculation happens. This is cell body, this is axon, then axon terminals, then dendrites. So these are our cell body, right? This is neuron. And now once we have neuron, then we feed so in similar way we have artificial neurons, right? So in the artificial neurons, what happens, we do the calculation part here, like weights and biases. You see a1 w1, a1 dot w1, right? This is multiplication, and then we add a bias, and we feed this bias as well as weight multiplication to activation layer, right? And this activation layer is forward out, right? You see input 1, input 2, input 3, and then we have this function output, and then we get the output, right? So this is a basic neurons which is present in our body, and this is artificial neurons. So here also some calculation happens. We don't know what happens inside it, right? And it passes to the next layer, and in turn next layer also does the same calculation. So we have tried to mimic that kind of behavior here. So input 1, input 2, input n, we have this summation here, and then we feed it to the function, and then we have the output, right? Okay, so what is this activation function? So activation function is nothing but like we sigmoid we use in case of logistic regression. You saw in the code part, we did dot product and then fed it to sigmoid function. In a similar way, we do this x1 w1 plus b, and then we feed this to activation function, and then we get the output. Further we repeat with another layer, we do the same process, again the same process, and then we have the output, right? Sigmoid, then tan h function, then ReLU function, then max out function, leaky ReLU function. So these are the various functions, right? So these are the activation function which helps us in accomplishing our task as a neural network. Suppose we want to do for classification problem, so we use sigmoid function. Suppose we want for linear regression kind of only, so we don't need these activation function. It has to be just multiplied, and then bias has to be added, right? One more important thing, once we have this output layer, this does not give you actual output but the probability of output. So basically these are used for classification problem. So you have this softmax function. So softmax is one of the function called activation function which is used in output layer to find the classification, right? So these are the uses of activation function. Then we come on to neural network architecture types. So neural networks are have different architectures. First, single layer perceptron, only one layer of perceptron is there. Radial basis network, then multi-layer perceptron is there. Recurrent neural network is there. Boltzmann machine is there. Hoppified network, LSTM recurrent neural network, input unit, output unit, hidden unit, feedback with memory unit, backed input unit, probabilistic hidden unit. So these are the architectural types. These are the neural networks, right? So what happens here is forward pass is there. So forward pass, what do we do is we have this x and then y. We feed this to our neurons, our input data set, and then we have the output. Now once we match it with our target value, and there are some errors, so we propagate these errors back using differentiation, like gradient descent is used. So once you study the gradient descent functionality, you will come to know about backward pass. So lot of calculation happens, lot of maths is involved here, we need to go into deeper. So there is one term called forward pass, and then we go backward towards it to find out and adjust our weights actually. So this is adjustment of weights. Lots of maths are involved here. Yeah, I'll discuss in details about separate video about backward propagation only, right? Then we have this cost function similar. So once you multiply this x1 w1 plus b, then feed it to the activation function, we have some output. We match it with our actual output, and we see like how much error is there. We according to that error we optimize or adjust our weights, right? So this is our error, like this is activation function output and this is actual output. So we find this error, now we propagate back this error, right? And then we go ahead. So this is gradient descent, guys. You must have seen this. So gradient descent, what it does, it the starting point, then you have some error, then you reduce your weights or increase your weights, and then further you go ahead with minimum target, right? So this is about gradient descent, and gradient descent helps us in achieving our target value to our actual value, right? That's all, guys. That's all. Thank you very much for this lecture. Subscribe us for better knowledge. That's all. Thank you very much, guys.